I feel like a divorced dad who just won custody of my children, only to find out they don't want to live with me.
How did that happen?
Can two teams lose a single game? The answer is a resounding yes. What happens when a stoppable force meets a movable object? This game, I watched the Broncos and Jets each miss 50-yard field goals to end this game. In shame, regardless of whether you're a Broncos fan or a Jets fan, you are officially not going to live as long after watching this wet, sloppy, defensively dominated game resulting in a Broncos 10-6 victory. You'd see more in a darkness retreat than this game. But the positive, Broncos quarterback Bo Nix threw his first ever NFL touchdown pass. Yes, in week 4, and he got the win with a whopping 60 passing yards. The fewest passing yards for a winning quarterback with 20 attempts ever. Suck it, Jets. My quarterback did the least to win. Ever. Except for maybe Aaron Rodgers, who did get credited with a win last year when he played 4 snaps and tore his Achilles. Nix was literally on pace to have one of the worst passing games in NFL history, and the Jets still managed to lose. After the game, I think Aaron Rodgers said it best.
She always falls into fascism and tyranny. And
wait, what?
Disclosure on the UFO stuff was supposed to happen.
Let's relive the new worst win I have ever seen in the game of insurmountable 1-point leads. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, and if you like what you see here, go to benchwarmershop.com. I've got one of these. I've got one of those for any fans of planes. If you like planes, you might like this. Benchwarmer Shop. Also, we got my coffee there. Other creators' coffees there. Benchwarmer Shop. Now, the revenge angles in this game were unlimited. The Broncos wanted to trade for Aaron Rodgers right around the time of the 2022 NFL Draft. 9 months later, they hired Nathaniel Hackett to lure Rodgers to Denver. Instead, we got Russell Wilson. Sean Payton called Nathaniel Hackett one of the worst head coaches ever after Sean took his job in Denver. The Broncos then traded for former second overall pick Zach Wilson after he ran out of moms and jersey to run through, and we stole John Franklin Myers from the Jets D-line in the 2024 draft as the Jets couldn't afford him because they thought they would be paying for Hassan Reddick, who they traded for and is yet to play. I say all of that to say, well, looks like the Broncos really did win the Zach Wilson trade, didn't we? The only good drive either team had was the ability to drive me to drink early on a Sunday. That said, on the first play of the game, Broncos linebacker Justin Stranad sacked Aaron Rodgers.
What was that like?
Awesome.
2 plays later, safety Brandon Jones forces a Garrett Wilson fumble, and Denver is in great position to score. The Broncos defense being great, nothing new, done it all season. Unfortunately, their hard work, like too many drives this year, was rewarded with multiple penalties, pushing Denver all the way out of field goal range. 3 plays, negative 14 yards after that turnover, and a punt because nobody wants to attempt a 50-ish yard field goal in that water park, unless of course the game is on the line. Now fortunately for the Broncos, almost every single time the Jets started to do anything, they Plaxico Burressed themselves. Shooting themselves in the foot, not the thigh, with 13 penalties in this game for the Jets. Dumb shit like false starts, illegal shifts. There was negative 6 yards of offense combined through the first 5 drives. Not a single team converted a first down through the first 6 drives. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say Shakespeare would have found this tragedy a fucking reach. It could have been raining literal cats and dogs, and I would have guessed that there would have been more offensive production through the first half of this game than what really occurred. If it was raining literal cats and dogs, Mike Vick might have rushed for 1,000 yards in that game.
High in the air, Mims gets walloped.
The good news is Marvin Mims was okay after this hit. He actually returned to the game, even though it was an illegal hit, because he called for a fair catch. And I would have been really, really mad at Charles, but he came over and gave Mims a hug. You give a hug, you get forgiveness. Now, the first down of the first quarter was actually negated by a Jets penalty, meaning the actual first down of the game also came by way of penalty when Riley Moss got dinged for pass interference in the end zone. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets were on the 1-yard line with the fresh set of downs. What happened next? An easy 1-yard touchdown with the supposed best duo of running backs in the league? Wrong. Not in this game, filled with defensive tyranny.
Ultimately, dictatorship.
3 straight tries, nothing. And on 4th down, the Jets were going to go for it. And the Jets jumped off sides. Who jumped off sides? Simpson. Haha, indeed. Bo Nix was on the sideline with -8 passing yards. Aaron Rodgers was watching his drive end with 3 points, netting just 1 first down in the first quarter. Well, that hasn't happened since the year 2000. Before Jets running back Braylon Allen was even born. 4 years before he was born, I'm pretty sure. Despite having 5 completions, Bo Nix now had -9 passing yards. To me, that's more impressive than a 300-yard game. Roughly 3 minutes into the second quarter, Jets running back Braylon Allen picked up the first legitimate first down without the help of a yellow flag. Aaron Rodgers was sacked pretty quickly after that positive play, of course. Both offenses were averaging 1.6 and 1.5 yards per play. 37 straight plays without a gain of 10 or more yards. And as a Broncos fan, the only thing that got me excited was this close-up shot of Bo Nix's wiener? I believe his wife is a very happy woman. In a move of desperation, though, the Broncos did 2 stupid things. They called the timeout and then challenged this Courtland Sutton catch. And then lost the challenge, meaning they lost 2 timeouts in a row. But I mentioned that because, yeah, they might have needed that challenge later in the game. I hope I have entertained you while highlighting a single field goal, because I have shit undigested glass that felt less painful than the first half of this game.
Some like shit that you can eat terrible for you.
An undigested glass is one of them. I actually agree with you there, Aaron. Here's what it looks like, though, when a child decides he never wants to watch football again. Aaron Rodgers eventually completed a 25-yard pass, which saved these 2 teams from having the fewest first-half yards since 1991. Former Charger Mike Williams made the most impressive catch of the game with this toe tap on the sideline. Again, I was just excited to see a play. Any fucking football play. Fittingly, the Jets were stopped with John Franklin Myers' revenge sack.
The ambassador of violence.
Ooh, ambassador of violence. I love that. And New York settles for a field goal, trailing 6-0, and I had never felt like a lead would be so impossible to overcome. The Packers were down 28-0 at the same time, and I legit thought they had a better chance to win. Now, Bo Nix's biggest success in the first half was winning his battle with his fanny pack.
Yeah, that's like what you would bring to Disneyland, a fanny pack to put all your stuff in.
Thank God Bo won that battle with his fanny pack, though, because he had 7 completions at halftime for -7 yards. He had the worst EPA since Nathan Peterman. 7 possessions for Denver, 6 punts and a fumble to start this game. Even in the rain, somebody needs to do something, right? I felt oppressed.
Your freedom isn't more important than my fucking right to live. And
coming out of halftime, Aaron Rodgers was visibly lamenting the fact that he has never fathered a child. I was starting to wonder if Bo Nix would finish this game with negative passing yards.
This kid is confident now. I should send him out to dinner with every one of you.
Bo Nix went from negative passing yards to positive passing yards with a 23-yard completion to Courtland Sutton. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Sutton finished the game with 3 receptions for 60 yards. Bo Nix had 12 completions for 60 yards. Think about that. Math has never been so funny to me. And I once watched my childhood bully file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Immediately following that 23-yard gain, Quincy Williams blows up Javonte Williams in the backfield for a 5-yard loss. Then we were treated to multiple Jets penalties. Then we were treated to more Broncos penalties. Essentially, any gain the offense had was a makeup for yards they already lost. If this game wasn't unwatchable enough, we had to sprinkle in some laundry every 45 seconds. And I've been at the laundromat without cell service and had more fun. Yes, watching my clean cum socks dry for 45 minutes was better than this. Regular socks. Then the impossible happened, okay? Bo Nix topped his 23-yard completion, hitting I'm ready to unbutton for Sutton for 29 yards. It was the most beautiful 29 yards that's ever been produced on any football field. Ever. And then 2 defensive Jets penalties kept the ball moving in the right direction for the Broncos until Bo Nix, 15 quarters into his NFL career, finally threw a touchdown pass. Yes, it's also to Courtland Sutton in the back of the end zone, and yes, it was nearly a overthrow. It was almost a overthrow, but it wasn't. Here's where I thought the refs were going to ruin my life. The Broncos challenged this Jets catch, which unequivocally looks like Garrett Wilson's knee is out of bounds. I think this is a good challenge, but Denver loses, meaning they have no more challenges. That wouldn't hurt us, right? Not in the game of insurmountable 1-point leads. Luckily, Alan Lazard fucks over his own team after getting a first down and then an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. 12-yard gain, 15-yard loss. Story of this game. Don't bring finger guns to a yellow flag fight, Allen. Now, I was blacked out by boredom at this point. Can't remember how it happened, but the Broncos found a way to kick a field goal to take a 10-9 lead. 10-9. The final insurmountable lead. But there was still 5 minutes left. The Broncos sacked Aaron Rodgers to force a fumble. We had a scoop and score. A scoop and score, game over. No, the refs blow the play dead.
The ball scooped up by Denver.
The Cardinals sin. And since Denver had 0 challenges left, they were screwed. Since the play was blown dead, the booth wouldn't automatically review it. Now, I thought I was about to sell 10,000 bags of fuck the refs at Benchwarmer shop because I was certain this game was about to be lost.
You almost want to rule all of those fumble and let it get fixed upstairs.
Thankfully, I don't watch porn.
A couple plays later, Josh Reynolds, in a clutch situation, drops this pass on 3rd down. Luckily, the only team on planet Earth who wanted to lose more than Denver happened to be the Jets. 4th and 10 for the Jets. Last chance to win. And my big dick player of the game, going to defensive coordinator Vance Joseph, who called a hell of a game, does what Vance does, dialed up a blitz. It's the Blitzkrieg lock as PJ Locke obliterates Aaron Rodgers.
5th sack of the day for the Denver D.
But I said this game ended on back-to-back missed field goals. Correct. With the chance to close out the game, Denver can't pick up a first down. And they certainly can't make it a 4-point game. Will Lutz misses from 50. The Jets still had 3 timeouts. The Jets got a pass interference call to get them into field goal range. The Jets also miss a 50-yard field goal to end this game in the saddest way possible, losing by 1 point to a team with the fewest passing yards in a victory ever. And God bless Bo Nix, because my boner will last another week. And I am again believing. Because Kevin Garnett once said,
his uniform was burned and his journal was confiscated.
Aaron, shut up. He said anything is possible.
Anything's possible!
And I didn't really believe Kevin Garnett until I saw my quarterback win a game with 60 passing yards. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Please come back tomorrow morning for GPS. And if you want to support this channel, you can sign up to play Underdog. Got a little QR code right here, link in the description. Just use my code, That's Good, when you sign up. We're on the path to 10,000 signups.